Can I tell you about some of the ghetto shit that I've been seeing lately?
Yeah, why not? Let's talk about it.
Yo, on my way to work, let me tell you something. If you got your headphones in your car,
You're a serial killer.
bro, you know how broke you look.
Oh,
I'm not the richest dude in the world, but you know how broke you look if you literally in a car and a stereo is right in front of you, but you got headphones in. Your car don't got Bluetooth in 2022?
well, that and also that tells me a lot. One, you don't have a radio. Two, you don't give a fuck about anybody else on the road
And he was around you
because you're not you're not there. Like you have your earbuds in, they have noise cancellation. A car could have just been passing by. Like you're a hazard to yourself and to others. Like this shit is crazy.
Bro, I'm tired of all. First of all, Palm Beach. We need to have a discussion. Why do you love doing construction during the holidays?
Miami too. We're gonna throw Miami in that conversation too.
Bro,
Miami has been building up since I was 3.
Miami's been under construction since before I was born.
Yeah, just
They
shit.
build everything but parking lots.
Yeah.
Like Terrence said, like you wanted to pop out later, and I'm like, fuck. I just hate the fact that I gotta drive an hour somewhere to find parking.
Yeah, just shit. Yeah. Do my like Miami or South Beach, man. It's one of those places you kind of have to leave 2 hours before time, so you can make it, find parking.
Bro,
Most of the times you're gonna have to walk to the destination after you park anyway. So.
my biggest fear is like as far as driving is not even just getting into an accident. Get into an accident with motherfucker don't speak English.
That's true. Oh, they don't have their shit together. They not. Yeah. Yeah, my sister actually got rear-ended a few days ago, and then the dude did not have his paperwork, so he was trying to offer my sister money to drive off, and my sister was like, "Nah, we're not playing none of that." My sister took pictures of the car, so he had to stay there till the cops come.
No disrespect.
Yeah,
But if someone just now tuning into that convo was like, are they still talking about a car?
yeah.
That sounds crazy.
Now he's still talking about a car, man. You stupid. Welcome to another episode of These Are the Aesthetics. I go by the name of Cheech, aka damn, we almost in 2023. Aka R&B lover, aka lover boy at heart. I'll say that.
Got you. Okay.
The streets. At a certain point, the streets ain't for you.
AKA Mr. Horny Man.
And I don't know why people keep saying that. I won't even be having sex like that. Yeah,
do you watch our old episodes? Do you watch our old episodes?
Yeah, I give my opinions and I try to be subjective and speak for the masses. Yeah.
For the masses.
Yeah.
Okay.
I be projecting. Like, y'all be thinking like that's how I truly feel about some things, but I mean, I have friends that share some of the same opinions.
Oh yeah, you talk for everyone, okay.
No, well, we share some of the same opinions in the
No,
group.
no.
We share no. Before you give your AKAs, me and Gary share the same opinions behind closed doors in the group chat. He comes here to act phony for the world,
That's not
and
true.
because his girl be watching this shit. But go ahead, give your AKAs.
I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary Trust, aka Feels Good to Be Back, aka New Schedule, so that means I ain't got no time for you.
Okay.
And we back in the studio. It's been far too long.
Yeah.
We recording at a later time because we had to get some shit rearranged.
That's true.
New schedules.
Life.
But maturing, literally
Yeah.
maturing.
Oh
So
man.
I feel like I haven't seen you in forever because like, even though we are friends outside of this, but sometimes when there's no pod, Cheech saying fuck Gary.
That's not true. I've been working. I've been grinding. I've been trying to work on my little side hustles outside of this pod and my regular day job. And we chop it up. We interact in the group chat. We talk here and there. It's just like we don't just stay on the phone late night, with our legs up and
How the legs gotta be up.
be on the phone.
You always gotta
for
go the
2
extra
hours.
mile. I hate when niggas say that shit. All right, nigga, damn, you lonely?
Nah, but I mean, the thing is, I guess the most important thing is that we can call each other if we needed to,
Okay.
and we would be there for each other in case of an emergency and stuff like that. So
Okay, yeah, but sorry. So tell me how your Thanksgiving went. Like how many houses did you go to for specific reasons?
my Thanksgiving went well. Actually, I did not eat Thanksgiving meals on Thanksgiving Day. because my brother, cooking. It doesn't have to be Thanksgiving. Cooking period. It's a whole day process for him.
You got to work out. You got.
He got to work out in between. He has to go to work in between. He has to take naps in between. And he never has everything. So you can't be cooking in the middle of you cooking. Hey, can you stop at Food Town to get butter? Like, fam. Normal people have a grocery list and go get shit. My brother is the type to start the meal, then realize what he don't have. So he'll run to the store as he's cooking.
Shit burning up.
Yeah, so he's backwards as fuck. But yeah, I mean, I was just kicking it with my guy Slim. You know, was at the house catching up on Netflix shows, stand-up comedy specials that I missed out on. In total, I would say I went to 3 houses, picked up a few plates. I picked up a plate from you. You thought I was not gonna come, but I did.
Tell the people what time you came to my house.
I came to your house around 2, 3 in the morning. And you know the reason why I don't feel bad about that.
I was supposed to be the best friend, everybody. And I get the I literally get the
booty
side
call
check. I get the booty call out. I literally felt like a bitch waiting for Cheech.
That's not true.
That's very true.
You know why I didn't feel bad about that? I didn't feel bad because I'm like, if it was Gael coming over.
No, you can't put Gael into it. Why not? He's supposed to be my best friend. So you said, oh, you know what? Let me chill out.
I had an event. First of all, I had an event.
Let me chill with my new homies.
That's not true. I had an event. So after my event, being tired as hell, I'm like, you know what? He stayed all night to set the plate apart for me. Let me come through and pick it up.
First of all, let me tell you how you bullshit. I set a plate up for you. This nigga said, yo, I need more chicken on that, please.
It's gonna be more meat, yeah, for sure. I did request that, but it was good. It was good. The food was amazing. I don't know who cooked it, who participated.
Different members.
But shout outs to everybody that contributed to that delicious meal. But yeah, man, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving, you know, it's like family. Like,
I mean, off camera, you told me there's potentially a new member of the family. You gotta check his temperature, man.
What are you talking about?
Your sister, man. Her plus one.
If you say a new member to the family, they gonna think the worst.
What? I mean, that's potentially a new member.
First of all, scratching that, I don't know who you talking about, but still, like, there ain't no new member of the family. Anyway, but you know, like, Thanksgiving for me is like it's completely Vin Diesel, family. Like I literally start off family. It's literally Vin Diesel every year. So I go to a normal Thanksgiving. I go to a normal Thanksgiving at Gael's house. Literally, it's so simple. Me, Gael, and her mom. Just the 3 of us with a lot of food.
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna say it.
Thank you for not making a joke. Keep my wife's name.
I was gonna make a joke about you.
Anyway, but of course, at my house now, it's completely 100% different. First of all, Jamaica, we ate at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So it's not even a dinner anymore. It's just like literally a party. There's probably
the Last Supper, man.
60, 70 people all throwing down at my house. Yeah, bro.
It was that many people this year?
Bro, 60, 70 people. Apparently, everyone had this holiday off.
Oh, okay.
So
the uncle that I like was there?
Yeah, okay, bro, this man was freaking... Keep in mind, we in the suburbs, bro. Yeah. His ghetto ass freaking parked the truck outside in our backyard.
He's always doing some
bullshit. Drinking, smoking, fell asleep in the backyard. Like, fam, we have neighbors.
That's my nigga, too.
Smoking weeds. He could smell it all over the freaking neighborhood. And it's like... But at the end of the day, like, I'm very thankful to say that I have a family to go to and spend my holidays with, because I know, like, if you don't really have family, the holidays, people don't really care about the holidays, especially if you don't have, like, a big family. And I can't wait for Christmas. One thing about the holidays, though, is that, you know, some people get the holiday blues. Check up on your loved ones. There's a lot of people that are going through a lot of stress because everyone knows we spend the most money during the holiday season.
I did say that.
And especially with the holiday season is, I said this last year, this is the time of year where it's like no matter how close your destination is, put on your maps. You don't know what accidents are going to happen, what time they're doing construction, because literally a 15-minute car ride can turn into a 45-minute car ride.
Yeah, I mean, I've been through that today, just, you know, coming over here. It already started because a lot of people from out of town are starting to come in.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as since you touched up on the holiday season approaching, I just want to remind everybody. Let me let you put the water down before you. I just want to remind everybody that criminals also have families. I want to remind everybody criminals have families. Even the
And child support.
Yeah, for sure. So niggas got to figure out a way to get they kids a gift. It might be your gift that they repurpose to their kids. So please be careful where you go in your surrounding areas. Make sure you lock your cars up. Be kind to everybody that you see. Because again, some people lost relatives around this year. It's a little tough for them to celebrate.
That's a fact.
Some people are missing people that are away in the Army, Navy, or people like me that have extended family that are in a whole different country. So yeah, just be kind to others and try not to rub it in.
Exactly.
Try not to overflex on the ground because you're bringing unnecessary attention to your doorstep as well. And also check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends. Check on the people that their family dynamics are not there. They don't have that support around them because that could be the loneliest part of the year for a lot of people, especially when they don't have that bond with their family. And that's something we take for granted because, if you grow up in a big family or you always around your brothers and sisters, you don't necessarily know the other side of that. But there's a huge gap in between the people that have it and the people that don't. And last but not least, I want to send some love to the men that are that have a lady in their lives around this time of year because they're gonna get hit with a three-peat. Most men that I know just celebrated a birthday. And now they got to celebrate Christmas. Valentine's Day is next.
Oh, you forgot one thing. Apparently, the woman you're talking to graduates. Graduates.
That too. So a lot of men, their pockets, or if she has kids.
Oh my God.
So you kind of have to be mindful of that. A lot of people are spending money. A lot of people are frustrated at work. A lot of people don't know where money is going to come from. And we might have a recession approaching. So don't overflex your blessing. And, just be kind to other people.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
So obviously you have some experience dating women with children.
Sure.
You would say that, right?
I mean, here and there. Yeah. I'm not a pro at it.
Okay. So how long when you're dating a woman where you have to during the holidays and you have to are you obligated to buy the kids gifts?
No. Well, most women that I know and that I've dated that had a kid, they're not rushing to kind of introduce you to the kid. They want to solidify what you guys got going on first. So you just acknowledge the woman, and if you come around the kids, it's good to start off with something small. A nice little gesture, so you could spend the day, for example, playing the video games with the kid, or if you guys go out to breakfast, obviously you get whatever you want, just to kind of start building that relationship and that bond. But year 2, year 3, that's when what's an Xbox? And yeah, you can get whatever you want based on the performance of your mother. That's a joke. That's a joke.
That's crazy.
That's a joke. That's a joke. We can joke with men. But you start small. And, obviously you build a relationship separate from the mom with the kid. And that depends on whether or not the kid is a boy or a girl. So, and kids are very fragile and very impressionable at that age. So you kind of want to be mindful of, the type of relationship you develop and stuff like that. So,
got you. So, ladies and gentlemen, Cheech basically said 3 months in, it's just dinner. 6 months in, you're playing Monster. So, speaking of you actually just had a birthday that just passed because the last episode, your birthday was coming up.
Yes. Quick little birthday recap, just to not dwell on it for long. I feel like, I appreciate all the love, first of all, that I got from everybody.
AKA Palm Beach holiday.
I guess. But a lot of people show me love. Typically on my birthday, I ask people to support something that I got going on, or just, support something that I like. or just show love, make me feel the love. And this year I did an R&B party the week of my birthday. A lot
I
of
did
people,
go to everybody.
Yeah, Gary showed up, and a lot of people that I fuck with showed up. A lot of things, try to kind of like intervene with my birthday plans. Um, I had to replace my registration. I had to renew my registration, so I ended up having to have a rental for the week.
Couldn't have the Bentley that weekend.
You stupid. The hotel that I booked when I went out of town, there was some issues with that, so I had to reschedule things. I was dealing with shit last minute and shit in the moment, but I felt like it was a test. I'm like, I'm not gonna let anything interfere with my plans and what I had going on. You did come to the party, but you did not come to my birthday dinner.
I was actually gonna get into that.
And this nigga had the nerve to go to Reese's birthday dinner the next day.
So, when you say that now, we have to talk about the schematics of what happened that whole weekend.
Well, it's fine.
No. I'm gonna talk.
Let me finish.
Why can't I say my piece?
Let me finish, and then you can say your piece. So I had a dinner at Carbone. Food was amazing. It was good. I think this birthday was probably one of the most mature birthday that I've had, because I didn't have any like childish plans. Not in a sense of childish plans for real, in the literal sense, but I did mature shit. Took a little trip, rested a little bit. I was in the company of some loved ones, and there's certain things Gary can't is not allowed to reveal. But yeah, I mean,
you got a lot of love in it,
right? But yeah, Gary, go ahead and say your piece and cap about the dinner bar.
So I want to ask everyone. So first of all, the group chat was like coming down on me now. Pause. It's saying that, bro,
I enjoyed every second because we already talked about it.
We already talked about the dynamics of the situation. But everyone's like, "Nah, Gary, you flaw. How come you ain't at the dinner? You ain't at Carbone. We in the what's the shit that Drake said?
The Masoni
room.
You
know, Masoni would be in the people. Like, why are you not here, bro? And I'm like, all right, bro. First of all, because I'm a responsible person, I just told everyone I'm not in a right state to be going to Carbone at this very moment. I made some unexpected expenses, and it is just not the good time.
No, I understood. You called me.
But our other best friend Reese, one of our best friends Reese, he has a birthday right after yours.
Yeah.
And he was actually the more convenient one.
Okay.
And said, you know what? Let's do it somewhere a little bit less expensive. I want to see all my niggas. Let's go to Pompano. And literally, I can drive down from Palm Beach. And Reese lives in Miami. And he took the liberty to drive to Pompano. And we all met up at freaking Sato's. And we had a nice night. Yeah, like, I didn't miss anything.
That was cool. I mean, it's all love. I mean, I felt the love. So, nevertheless. So,
and that's another thing. Like, Palm Beach people, I want to have a conversation with everybody. When it comes to like one of your friends to say, yo, you know what? Keep in mind, say if you just got fired from your job, right? Mm-hmm. And then your best friend is like saying, you know what, bro? Let's go to the freaking the Biblo, the Sony room, all that shit. Let's do that, bro. Let's pop bottles, VIP. And you're like, fam, I got rent, my car, everything to be done. Yeah. Why are you shaming the person that's just not have the right pockets for that night?
I think it's immaturity, because it's like a lot of people don't understand. Like, I'm not a woman. Like, if you don't show up to my birthday event, I'm not gonna hate you for the rest of my life. Now, there are certain scenarios where that applies. Like, if you tell me 20 minutes before my dinner that you're not coming, like, it's a problem. But if we have a conversation the day before, earlier that day, and things happen, you feel me? You understand people's hearts, and there's a way to do things. You can't show up, all right, boom, you cash at me or you Zelle me to cover something, or you apologize in a different way, or you got me a gift and you just can't be there physically. I understand. Like, I'm very, for somebody that's so understanding, I'm misunderstood a lot. But I felt, I know my friends' hearts, for the most part. So I didn't really take anything too personal.
And of course, I know I'm going to get some shit probably even this weekend, because everyone's like, oh, damn, why you at Terrence dinner in Miami? How come you come last week? I know I'm going to get some shit.
Man. I ain't tripping about it. What are we starting with?
You got new music. So what new music came out?
Oh, I've been vibing to Roddy Ricch project.
I haven't listened to it yet.
My favorite two songs right now are Heavier and Fade Away. Mm-hmm. Roddy Ricch is one of those guys, man. I appreciate him because he's one of those newer generation artists in the rap game that are not as infatuated with the internet as the other people are. You kind of like he's like the Kendrick Lamar but a younger version. Like he doesn't go on Instagram unless he has something to promote, something he's dropping. I'm not talking about like content wise or just rapping ability type shit, but
the immature Kendrick.
Yeah, I mean, the melodies were present, the bars were set. He was braggadocious. He gave you like true Roddy mixtape. Like he gave you mixtape Roddy. So he gave you the club bangers. He gave you the little girly songs. He gave you the shit that you could just be driving late night to, and you could kick it to and shit like that. So it's dope, man. I think that's what my mind has been right now. Like that Roddy project is smooth. And there's not really one bad song on there. It's just mood music, pretty much.
Okay, shit.
Yeah. Check it out. Check it out when you get a second. There's a lot of shit that dropped too, but
I definitely gotta listen to it. One song that I've been bumping to like ever since it came out was the man Travis dropped with Pharrell down in Atlanta. I've been bumping that song like every fucking day.
I heard it a few times. It hasn't grown on me the way I know it will, but that's one of those songs I feel like we gotta hear outside. Like he gotta perform it. But we gotta hear it at a club with some big speakers to
every time, like and I'm sadly, this is one of my I keep telling Cheech is like any new music coming out, I'm not hearing it in Palm Beach. These DJs are playing shit from 2010 still. I'm still listening to Trey Songz, but
Trey Songz got new music too.
They don't play it. But like when Pharrell like drops music, it just makes you want to dance like it's the fucking 80s. Like you just got a different bop to it. Other than that, like I know Meek Mill dropped the tape, but I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not downloading that piff, bro. Put the shit on freaking streaming services.
It's on SoundCloud.
Fam, put it on streaming service so I can put it in my playlist. Cause fam, I know this is gonna sound harsh, but niggas don't really care about your label issues, this and that. Nigga, you can make $100K on a show.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I understand and I respect your opinion on that, but I also respect the fact that artists of this generation have the option not to. You get what I'm saying? If you want to find a new creative way to market your music and you want to stand apart from the pack, you get what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z went independent when it was unheard of to be independent and own all your masters. And look at what he became, and what he's still doing in the rap game. You get what I'm saying? So I don't see it like that. I mean, it is the harder route to take, because it makes your music a little tougher to get to and to stream and to kind of like...
It's for the core fan base.
It's for his core fans. And he's trying to do the direct-to-consumer shit so he don't have to cut the money down and allocate the funds to other people and shit like that. So I respect it. If you have a way to listen to his shit, he was talking that shit on there, do it. But it's on SoundCloud. I still have SoundCloud. That's how I discover a lot of new low-key R&B still. So check it out, man. It's on SoundCloud. If you still have live mixtapes and all that shit, it's on there too.
Hey, but not to sound like an asshole, but it's like, fam, I know when you tweeting like, oh, the label fucking me over, you tweeting that in the Masoni room. I'm reading this tweet on my way to work. You see the difference? You see the difference?
You just don't relate. You can't relate to him.
I can't relate. And obviously, we know that Black Panther came out, but unfortunately, some people didn't do their homework.
Yeah, I haven't
watched
seen
it enough.
I will see it tonight. I've been.
We breaking down that movie, by the way. We might need a whole episode of breaking down that movie.
No, that's fine. We can do it. We can do that next week if you want.
Okay.
We could do that next week because
everybody should watch it by next week.
But you know what I did notice before we get out of this topic is it kind of came and went. I don't want to be disrespectful to Marvel, and I mean the movie did the numbers. It did what it was supposed to do. But typically, like when one of those movies come out, we feel the lasting impact for the rest of the month. If I felt like for the budget that the movie had behind it, the star power is just. Because at least when Chadwick was there, like, you heard him speak. He went on Jimmy Kimmel. Like, they surprised audiences. Like, I don't feel like the lead of the new movie did that. Nobody had his poise, or nobody kind of stood up and kind of embodied the movie the way he did when the first one dropped. Because when the first one dropped, this nigga was on the Day Show, the Today Show. He was on ESPN. Like, he was everywhere. That had an audience promoting this movie and talking, and people were getting to know him. and this and that. But again, I don't know what direction they took with the new one. When I watch it, I'll see.
Yeah.
And I'll see for myself. But yeah, I think it kind of felt like it came and went.
But I would say, like, without spoiling anything, is that the movie did the best it could for what it had. Obviously, there could have been a lot more changes. But what I would say is, like, what we got is not even... I'm not even looking at the movie as it is today, but it does set up the future phases of Marvel a lot better. Because phase 4 is kind of... Not gonna lie to y'all, it's kind of a doozy. It's, like, kind of boring. It's just... Everything is just setting up for the future.
Makes sense. For the next topic... We're going to kind of breeze through it. I'm just going to say my piece about it, and you can give me your opinion, and we can kind of move on. All right, so the topic of Kyrie Irving. We all know what was going on in the media, what he said, the information that went out there, the questions that they asked him, and how he answered them, and what he stood on, and the stance he took, and stuff like that. How do you feel about it?
And of course, for people that don't know, Kyrie Irving just randomly, for God knows why, posted a link to a movie talking about that blacks were the original Hebrews. Basically, but the only thing is, like, the movie kind of like hinted at a little bit of anti-Semitic things.
There's a lot of some hate speech on there.
Stuff like saying Holocaust wasn't real and all that shit. My whole thing about Kyrie Irving is that you can have your beliefs, but what I would say about Kyrie is, like, fam, you need to take sensitivity training. Because I know, like, fam, you know that anytime you talk on a mic, the world will see you. And one thing I would say, especially about the Dave Chappelle SNL like monologue, one of my favorite jokes is that Kanye got into so much trouble, Kyrie got in trouble. Because we know that we know what he was doing. He kind of wanted attention. He wanted to give out his piece. But what really fucked him at the end was saying that, how can I be anti-Semitic when I'm Semitic? And I'm like, fam, just say you're not anti-Semitic. Just say my bad, and all this shit can go away. But that's what I would say on Kyrie's part. Now on the NBA I felt like it was like they were doing way too much to get their point across. Yeah. Of course. He had to talk to, like, Jewish leaders. He had to donate $500,000, do this and that.
They gave him a whole list of shit to do.
Thankfully, the members of the NBA said, all right, y'all fucking wildin'. This is a little bit too much. He needs to apologize, of course, but this is kind of like a public lynching. You guys are pretty much going into the world.
I didn't like that because when the owners do some fuck shit, they just lose their teams or they sell their teams for the low and just go about their business. Like when coaches do some bullshit, or it's just we don't need to be privy to a lot of information. You get what I'm saying? But again, I also believe we're in this media shit now that they can't use what you don't give them. That's something that I'm slowly learning in this media space. But what I want to remind anybody that has a platform and anybody that has influence, like Kyrie or Kanye, is that
I don't think he has a platform.
even if you don't believe in the Bible, right? Even if you're not a Christian, in Christianity they said the man is the leader of the household. It stops right there, sir. You are the leader of your household. You could think how you want. You can introduce your way of thinking to your kids. You can raise your kids how you want them to be. You can inform them, educate them the way you want. But at the same time, they get to go out to society and they get to experience and be faced with different views and different feelings and emotions and stuff like that. My stance is, I respect any man that feel the way he feels and want to stand on what he said. But at the same time, what happened to get your bag and go home? You get what I'm saying? Like, stand on what you stand on. The world don't have to know. You get what I'm saying? And we do something that we don't get as Americans is we have freedom of speech, but we don't have freedom of consequence. You can just go around and pop your shit, but the repercussions of what you say, you don't get to control that.
That's a fact.
You talk shit about the wrong people, guess what? That person can make a phone call to that person. That person can make a phone call to this other person. And now you can't go anywhere. You blackballed. And now you crying because nobody will fuck with you. Now you using your black card saying, oh, everybody hates you. It's a race issue. And a lot of these things don't be a race issue. It more so be a shut the fuck up issue. Like,
that's fam, true.
You get paid to come here and play basketball. I'm not saying shut up and dribble. Play ball. If they ask you a question, you could clearly say, hey, no comment. Or you can say, hey, I haven't done my research on this. I will answer this question next time. Or just give a politically correct answer like LeBron has been doing for the last 20 years. There's a way to go about this shit. You feel me? Like, and Kyrie specifically, fam, you care about black causes, donate to black causes. Create a foundation. Give back. Do things on your spare time using your dollars to fund things that you care about. The whole world don't need to know. Like, don't need to know what you watch at home.
Don't even know. They don't even need to know your religion.
You get what I'm saying? And this is why I respect the old guard of niggas like Denzel. You don't see Denzel unless he got a movie coming out. You don't see Kendrick unless he got music coming out.
You know who's the example of, like, I'm literally just going to play ball and leave? Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
We don't know what the fuck this nigga like.
There's a few other niggas that are like that
Kawhi
too,
Leonard.
man.
We don't know. Kawhi could all be a cyborg for all we fucking know.
Like, bro, it's just like, I understand, but it's like, just like you have your expectations and you want to model your life a certain way, but, you know, the NBA is still a business. The Brooklyn Nets is still a business, and they pay you to deliver and to do your job. So come through, do your job. I know the interviews is part of the game. Do that and go home.
Yeah.
Get your bag and go.
I wish it was that simple. And I know we said we're gonna breeze through it, but the one thing I actually dislike the most about this whole scenario is the fact that, first of all, the NBA was like giving him all these freaking rules. I'm like, what's the shit called? Like, to-do list. It's a whole like directory of like, oh, we need to do this before we get to the NBA. Fam, you guys are treating him like he's actually a Nazi. Yeah. Do you really believe he's anti-Semitic? Another than that is that Nike.
Oh, that was nasty.
Nike, like, they were so quick to say, you know what, we're dropping Kyrie. First of all, fam, I don't know if people know this, but Nike was going to drop Kyrie anyway because Nike and Kyrie were bumping heads ever since he started to, like, bash his own sneaker publicly. So what pissed me off is that the fact is, like, you know, this black man is under a different type of scrutiny, so you want to capitalize by saying, oh, we're dropping him. So you want to kind of start a smear campaign, which I don't think Kyrie deserved. And kind of transition to Nike, because I have it on my list here, is that one thing that Nike is doing. I feel like Nike's not in the shit, but you can tell they're taking some unexpected hits. First of all, like, they're penalizing resellers. I don't know if you've heard about that.
I think that's a myth.
Like I'm saying, is like the only thing why I say like it's a myth is like, unless if you really get to penalize resellers, that means that sales has kind of dipped down a little bit, because obviously you guys didn't care about resellers when everything was selling out off the shelves.
I don't even see it like that. I feel like that's something that they started from the root, because you purposely make these shoes to be like, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. So you have enough factories and manpower to make however many pairs of shoes as you want. You purposely do a low, you drop limited quantities of the shoe that's gonna rise the demand up, and then resellers exist and they're gonna have first dibs on a lot of this shit. Yeah. You can't create the problem, be part of the problem, and then try to find a solution. Because now you're gonna try to be the savior of the day. Like, you can't do that. Like, they created this whole problem. Because the solution is make more shoes.
But it's not even that. What I feel
create a bigger window once it drops so shit don't sell out as fast.
I wish it was that easy, but then like you mentioned before, it comes to supply and demand. When they have their supply and it doesn't meet the demand that they expect it to, and then they see that people are returning the shit, and they're going to see like a couple of hundred people returning 15 pairs, 20 pairs, and then Nike's like, wait, hold on. You had 15, 20 pairs? Nah, to teach you a lesson, you can't return this shit. Bam, that's your policy. If I don't like this shoe, I'm going to return it. But they didn't care because the shit was selling and not coming back to them.
Well, first of all, just like Supreme does when they release, when they have drops, okay, you can only buy one. You can only buy one pair of this or one color from
and they're strict on it.
You get what I'm saying?
Unless you have a bot.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So unless somebody has an account with Nike, like a store that could buy a shitload of those shits, like there's measures that you could take to do this shit. I just feel like they try to save face. I feel like Nike is one of those companies that, hey, whatever is happening, let's capitalize off of it.
Of course.
And it's like, when you get into that ball game and that marketing department, like if they could get $1 from anywhere, they're going to try to save money or make money. So I don't even think they see it as more so like helping out the average consumer, because the average consumer just get a pair of Air Force Ones a year and chill.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it's either they're trying to act like they care, or they want a piece of what the resellers actually make, because they probably feel like, damn, this shoe dropped for $220, you selling it for $800, so we only getting $220, but you making $600, $500 to $600 profit off of this sneaker. Nah, we want a piece. And because you're not gonna willingly give it to us, so now we're gonna penalize you. But you know how hard is it gonna be for them to really like figure out who's a reseller, who's not? Exactly. It's not like you gotta get a license to be a reseller. Like I'm not walking around with a fucking badge that says reseller of the year.
Imagine that around my neck. I have a feeling that's where life is really gonna be headed. Is that we have to get a license to resell sneakers. Just like how Nate had needed a license to sell the puppies.
I don't think so. Because niggas could take it back to the streets like they've been doing. I don't have to go to your store and sell you shit.
But I think I think personally, like Nike, like they started to get fed up when it's about the Nike, like you said, Air Force Ones. Mm-hmm. They said, oh, I used to look at it as like, yo, I don't think they really care about reselling because they're making a killing off Air Force Ones. You can't see them in the stores. But I'm pretty sure when they even realized that, yo, we sell these, like I don't know if you realize, they bumped up the price of Air Forces. They're not $90, they're $100.
$110.
What?
110.
Wow, they bumped it up $20. I didn't even know that. 110. So they bumped up $110, and we've been to places. We've been to Headache. We've been to Relux. They selling white Air Forces for $160, $180.
Yeah.
And then the Nike's like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? Hold on. How can we get some of that? Yeah. How is our best product we not even profiting the most off of?
Exactly.
So everything with the shoe game, I know I'm talking about this a little too long, but everything about the shoe game is basically it's a kind of in a shit show. Even we have to, you know how hard it is to buy a shoe up today? Even if we accept the shoe,
I don't even try.
Bro, if we win a shoe on sneakers, we gotta worry about the sneaker even getting here. The UPS guy not even taking it. Then we open the shoe. We gotta worry about if we have the right feet, the right ball, like the left and right foot, and we gotta worry if the shoe is not molding, because apparently sneakers are people are getting sneakers or have mold in it.
That's crazy. But anyway, I just feel like, bro, at the end of the day, y'all can't try to act like y'all bringing a solution for a problem y'all created. Y'all literally want to make money off every level of buying and selling shoes. Mm-hmm. And that's that greed that companies have and big business that won't let the middleman or the smaller people eat because they get too greedy.
Of course, but you know America, everything that everyone makes a dollar on, they want it to be taxed.
Yeah, they want a part of it. And, let's go from big business and talk about another big business, Balenciaga.
You want to explain
classic form of outrage marketing. Gucci did it. A few other brands did it. H&M did it. Whenever these brands want attention, they do some fuck shit. And in the case of Balenciaga, they put out an ad in a campaign featuring kids holding some dolls that were wrapped.
Like sex dolls.
Dressed
in bondage and shit.
Dressed in bondage and stuff. And there was an article about some amendments or a law that was passed, about kids and the well-being of kids and stuff like that under the table. They spent millions of dollars on these ads and these campaigns. Every detail is seen, from department to department. There's too much money for things to be careless. You get what I'm saying? And again, we know these businesses, they want a reaction. Whenever they feel like they're not being talked about enough, they want to, shock the world with some wild shit. And to think of, in the last few years, Balenciaga has been making a killing. They don't need the unnecessary attention.
You know why? The man, yay.
But that's a horrible way of looking for that attention. If that's your next go-to, that just shows you don't have a strong enough marketing department to come up with something dope. Because you didn't need that.
I'm telling you,
didn't need that. The boots and the oversized jackets alone could have just did it.
But who made it cool? Kanye. And when I saw this, I'm like, it completely makes sense. It's outrage marketing, and they knew what the fuck they were doing. The thing that pisses me off is just like the cover up. I always get mad at the lame ass cover up. Oh, we don't know how this happened. We're suing the person who orchestrated the whole.
And they
campaign.
said it was a $25 million campaign. Fam. I'm not paying anybody $25 million if you not gonna give me top of the line service, and that includes no careless mistakes like that.
do we know, like, do you guys know the process it is to get a campaign out? Y'all should even know the process of getting this podcast out. First of all, you guys have to. First of all, you have to talk to the parents, get the kids there, sign forms. And who the hell is gonna? Someone has to realize this is some fucked up shit we're doing. Mm-hmm. The photographer is gonna find out. The freaking wardrobe person,
creative director, the person in charge of marketing,
the person who freaking edits the pictures,
of course.
The person who posts the pictures,
the
location, like
props,
like how many times, like, yo, someone had to be like, realize, like, all right, I don't think this is it. It's just outrage marketing, and it's really sad the fact that they know that they were probably scared the fact that Kanye basically walked away from a Balenciaga. You know, they're gonna say, "Oh, Balenciaga dropped him." No, I looked at he walked away, and Kanye, he walks away, and then they're like, you know what? How the hell are we going to find the next wave of people? How can we keep people here? Oh, I know. We know how. Let's get Balenciaga's name so much. Let's do some crazy shit. Let's involve freaking damn near kiddie porn to get all the eyes back on us. Yeah, and you know what's going to happen. There's still lines out there. You know that.
Yeah, but it was just like, I don't know how to feel, man. Whenever you're using kids and pets and, you know, things that have innocence that can't defend themselves, that I don't know no better, I feel some type of way. Because now I feel like you're manipulating your audience, you weaponizing the wrong crowd of people, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of people using kids to push their agenda forward. I'm not even a fan of women using their kids to get child support or to win in the courthouse, or just to weaponize the kid against the dad or the mom. And it's like it's a nasty world, man. It's just.
It's a crazy world we live in.
Support black businesses. How about that?
And that on a good note. So one last thing before we leave, like kind of like the fashion topic. One thing I definitely want to talk about real quick is if any of you guys know, like, if you guys like live in any popular city in the country, you realize that there's been multiple sneaker stores that's been popping up damn near everywhere. Lately, there's been more like sneaker consignment shops more than Foot Lockers. Mm-hmm. And I personally give the credit to Round 2. Mm-hmm. So news came out today that one of the founders of Round 2, Luke, is actually leaving. And I looked at that, I'm like, wow, that's actually freaking crazy. And I'm
Luke Mook, right?
Luke Mook, yeah, like OG Luke Mook. Like, he's, in my opinion, one of the freshest dudes on Instagram that I follow. His style evolved over time, but like, it's one of my favorite people I follow. The reason why I say this is kind of a big deal in like culture, because Round 2, I give the credit to Round 2 that like Round 2, like they revamped like resale shops. Because when you go into Round 2,
vintage market, like
vintage market,
resurgence of vintage
clothing, or just sneakers in general. That was the first consignment shop I went into that gave me customer service, and that was the first like resale consignment shop that
Round 2 is owned by Sean Witherspoon, right?
It was owned by Sean Witherspoon, Luke, and another guy named Chris.
Okay,
if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I had the liberty to meet all of them. Really cool guys. They came out of Richmond, but I knew their company took a hit because of the George Floyd riots. They vandalized the Richmond location. But Round 2 is literally one of the first people who actually documented their everyday life of what they do. So they literally birthed a different version of Sneaker Tube. And I just want to say, like, shouts out to them for all the good years and what they've done for the community. It's kind of a hit that Luke's leaving. I'm pretty sure he's gonna make his own like venture. But I'm just saying that, like, yo, it's just really sad that, like, when I just look at it, when sometimes when you have a business with your friends and people go their own way. I know people have to grow and all, but I just hope this doesn't take too much of a hit on the Round 2 culture, because as you see, the Miami location closed and we don't even know if it's gonna open back up.
Well, I'm looking at this in a whole different light. But I think, you know, overall, at the end of the day, Luke is gonna be okay, because he did start working on his own brand, and with the success of Round 2, I'm pretty sure as a responsible adult, he has some type of savings put away for a rainy day or just moves like this. But I don't want to say like I predicted it, but I kind of saw that it was coming, because Sean Witherspoon transitioned and kind of transcended, you know, that retail shop thing. Because since he had his signature sneaker, obviously it was like a one and done with Nike. After he won that contest and the shoe came out with the success of the shoe, clearly that relationship did not flourish beyond that shoot. So we saw him start, doing a collab with Adidas. Mm-hmm. And Volkswagen and Porsche, and
everyone evolved pretty much.
He started doing shit with other brands and stuff, and I always noticed it was just him. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like that's like we get a podcast deal with Revolt, and it's like you see me at all the meetings, you don't see Gary. Yeah. You see me getting the brand deals and not Gary, and it's gonna be like, all right, nigga, you want all the shine and you want this and that. Like,
I get it. And there are people.
Why are you not bringing your team along with what you're doing? So it kind of could look like, all right, I want to do my thing, because I'm pretty sure he was not gonna go get the Adidas money and come back and bust it down. Because I feel like if we all reached a success and we built the name off of both of our backs, then we both can equally share in the other side ventures that we have. I mean, if I'm doing a movie, Gary was not part of the movie. Obviously, I'm not gonna come back and be like, Gary, here's 50% of what I made.
Yeah, exactly. That's a fact. That's a fact.
But anything that the podcast opened doors for, it makes sense for us both to participate in those extra streams of revenues and stuff like that. So.
And if you guys think,
and it could be jealousy, greed.
or can just be growth at the end of the day.
Yeah,
and
true.
If you guys still think like, who the fuck are these guys? Who is Luke and who's round two? They're basically, without them, you wouldn't get the Cool Kicks episodes of the celebrity shopping in the sneaker stores. You wouldn't get the Sneak Cities. You wouldn't even get 2J Kicks videos back in the day, or not even back there, just a couple years ago. But like, they were responsible for revamping sneaker culture, and I give them the credit for that. Even if you guys think I'm wrong, that's just what I believe in.
No, they did. I think they birthed the Daily Miamis and stuff like that. Too. I'm not saying those shops did not exist, but going to a store to buy vintage tees for $50, $60, $70, up to $300, that did not exist. Niggas used to just thrift and go back home with a jersey or fucking an old school Rodman tee. It was it. They kind of made it cool. I even give him credit for birthing those IG brands that make look-alike vintage clothing.
Yeah, because that's a fact.
All those Rodman tees and the Iverson tees, those guys were selling the originals from that era and stuff like that. So,
shouts out to them.
Growth is good, and there's something that I always say is there's beauty in completion. It's satisfying to start something, execute it, get success from it, and then branch off and do something else. Every relationship don't necessarily have to end in a sour type of way. You get what I'm saying? As long as both parties are, leaving with equal stake of whatever that, of whatever sweat equity that they kind of put in to build whatever it is. So, yeah, man, I'm the type of nigga, if we all gonna be rich, cool. Because if I'm rich and you not, all you're gonna get out of me is a fucking job. That's it. I want everybody to have their own money.
That's a fact.
Own success, so nobody is looking at me like a meal ticket, or nobody's blowing my phone up to ask for $100. No, nigga, you need your own money. Get your money, and let's just do what we gotta do. All right, well, we're gonna wrap up soon, but the last thing I want to say is I did start a new little venture. I'm doing an R&B party now.
It's not little. Black people gotta take that out of our vocabulary. You got some new shit.
I got some new shit, but I'm. God damn it.
Cheech got the biggest party in motherfucking Palm Beach. If you ain't got shit to do on Thursday night, pop out.
I'm trying to be humble.
Niggas know that. What the fuck you gonna do on a Thursday? What? Come on, let's be real. Let's be honest.
I did start an R&B party every Thursday with my team, with the whole FML team. Yeah, man, it's something new to do. No gangster shit, no animosity, just good vibes, good music.
Good looking people and good music.
It's completely free. There's no cover charge.
Rare.
There's bottles, there's hookahs, there's drinks, there's food. I don't want nobody to walk in there and be pressured to do anything. I want you to come through and create your own vibe. If you want to come through and get a hookah and sit in the corner and not talk to nobody, you are welcome to come through and do that. If you want to come through and just go harass the ladies at the bar, you are welcome to do that. I might get security on you to kick you out. But
no grabbing of the pussies.
Yes, definitely not that. We do have security.
We do have security.
Let me just remind people. Yeah, man, it's a good vibe. And you know what I try to do, Gary, is I try to figure out what I love to do for free and try to monetize it. So while I'm having fun, I could also be making money in the process.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's something that a lot of people need to implement because there's a lot of a lot of people out there that are giving away free content. And while you're doing that, somebody else is studying your moves to replicate it and getting a bag off of it. So I always try to be like, damn, what do you like to do? Oh, you like to go here. You like to go there. Is there a way you can make money doing that? If there is, then I try to figure out what that is and capitalize off of that. But again, I don't do anything just for the money because I still have a 9 to 5. I just try to create a space where people could come through and catch a vibe. You feel me?
And it's definitely a good environment. You know, like me and my girl, we stopped going out, and if we had a good time, y'all can have a good time.
Yeah, it's definitely a place for couples. It's definitely a place for sneaky links as well. Just be careful because you don't know who you might run into.
That's a fact.
Because just last week, I'm gonna tell you more about this off air, but I had an unsuspected guest that walked in.
Bro, every time I pop out, niggas like, yo, Gary, you here? Yeah, I know, I don't go out. I'm here, and I'm having a good time. Literally.
Niggas be acting like you a ghost when you go to. Oh, shit! It's Gary the Ghost! Gary the Ghost!
Gary the Ghost is crazy.
That might be the title of the episode. Gary the Ghost.
They gonna read it and think, oh, shit, y'all haven't been here for 3 weeks because of this bitch ass nigga.
Oh man, well again, we're excited to come here and do this for y'all every week. Keep showing us love, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, bookmarking the episodes, and DM us to let us know what you want to hear. Suggest guests that we should have here. If you plugged in with any celebrity that you could help us bring over here. Because a lot of people are like, oh, shit, I know Conceited. All right, nigga. Let us know. How the fuck am I supposed to know who's in your family history? Let us know how we can make this show a better experience for you. There's a lot of people that listen to this show on their way to work. A lot of people watch this show on their break. And again, we want to make that experience pleasurable for you at all times. Yeah, man. As long as you're going to keep supporting, we're going to keep making this for y'all.
That's a fact.
Because this is like therapy for us. It's just something I literally take the day off to do this shit, and Gary literally is coming straight from work.
I know.
Had to change at his girlfriend's house before he got over here.
Thank you. And I still forgot to drive. So all the people that say Gary don't do shit, fuck you. And y'all know who you are. No, I'm telling you something on the camera. Whoever said Gary don't do shit, fuck you. Okay?
Gary do a lot, contrary to popular belief. But all right, man. I go by the name of Cheech, a.k.a. Support Black Business, a.k.a. Go Somewhere You Are Appreciated, Not Tolerated. And yeah, man, support somebody today. Give him a reason to support you. You do that every day, you win.
That's fair. I like that. Man, I go by the name of Gary, aka In Gary We Trust, aka Black Business Supporter, aka future personal ventures coming soon.
Okay.
Perhaps.
I like that. I like that.
And of course, Ghost Gary, aka Ghost Gary.
Gary the Ghost.
Gary the Ghost. No power.
aka Gary the Ghost.
Shit,
all right, man. We'll see y'all next week.
And what is this?
These are the aesthetics.
We are back.